Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another NIKKE reaction. Today we have Wardless, and I did see some confusion in the comments, especially the replies to Kirby Start's comment requesting this, about the general idea of the word wardless and what that might be. A ward is basically a protective being or person. It could also be a building or something like that, but is effectively just a protective entity in somebody's life. So if you're wardless, you're without ward, which means you're just without protection. Whether that's a person or a location is kind of up to the speculation and context keys. But I don't know if this is talking about a person or a place, and I really won't know unless I listen to the song. So without further ado, let's go! Ooh. Ooh. Okay, immediate cinematic energy. Oh, it's a little sad. Okay, aimless might be a good word to use. It sounds lonely? More like a fear of the unknown to me so far. Like somebody left abandoned. Oh, wait, that might be why it's called Wardless. Really good job getting that energy in the title, if that's what the song is supposed to be. See, movements like that, there's still hope in there, but I don't think whatever happened here was by choice. I love that they're blending in the synth with the brass section again. I don't know why they do that all the time in NIKKE, but I always enjoy it. And I haven't heard something from Nauts in a while either. It makes me wonder if that texture is supposed to mean something or if it's just there for texture. See that lift at the end? There's still hope in there, but it just... It almost has a similar feel to it, like a waltz would, but it's not in a waltz 3/4 time count. It's just in a 4/4. So it's not a waltz, but it has a similar thing going on with how it's written. The chords, at least. It's going to be a weird specification, but almost a Russian waltz in how the chords are set up. At least at that emotional point. But that pressure of that cinematic energy never goes away either. This is intense. I didn't expect it to be that intense with how it sounded. I really didn't know where that was going to end up. So I think I'm going to metagame a little bit. That might seem like cheating, and it's not like I'm going to go read a Wikipedia article or anything, but I'm going to utilize some of the comments that I had mentioned at the beginning about how this word, this title, Wardless, is kind of misconstrued because somebody said there is what I assume to be a character called Wardless. And if I'm going to utilize that and then I'm going to combine it with the title of this song, I think that that might be something going on here. I think that might be related somehow. Like maybe Wardless and Wardless are kind of like play on words, which somebody else did mention. If that's the case, that's really clever because this song sounded lonely, like somebody lost direction. And if Wardless, that character, if it is one, it could be a location, is now gone from this character's life that we're hearing this song from the point of view of, that could be the Wardless sensation if they saw this Wardless person as some degree of a protective person. I'm going to run off the expectation that it's a character just based off of the context of what they were talking about in those comments. There's really nothing to substantiate that, but I'm going to just guess on that front. Either way, though, if I'm assuming that Wardless is a person and Wardless is the name of the song, if Wardless was a protective person to the person that the song's POV is from, that's a really interesting way to do it. Very clever wordplay too, if that is the case, because this song gives me that feeling of being alone. It has that sorrowness to it, like you are basically being pulled away from somebody that you love, knowing you may never see them again. Maybe they sacrifice themselves, something to that degree, and you're like dealing with that. Like this is what's playing in the mind while that's happening. It's the moment in the movie. This is the soundtrack to that scene. It's just perfect for that because it doesn't do anything that feels really motivated or progressive. It doesn't sound optimistic in any way. It definitely has a little bit of that, but it's only at the very end of every passage of like the main melody. So when we get to the end of that, we're feeling a little bit of hope there. But everything prior to that was insinuating that this is a sad moment. This is painful in a way, but also not like a gut-wrenching, horrifying pain. It's not something that you're never going to be able to recover from, but it sucks. It's like losing your best friend or something like that. It's not something that is going to feel good by any means. Like maybe losing a pet is probably more accurate, and I'm sorry if that comes off weird in the context if they are two people, but it feels like that. It feels more like they're losing somebody who cared for them and they cared for each other, but also it's definitely something that the person can and will grow from and continue on beyond. I'm not really getting the sensation that this is an end-all be-all, I am done with life, I can never recover from this sort of situation. It's very cinematic. It's definitely an epic sound. It's definitely pulling that out of me. It makes me believe that this is a very serious moment and what's happening in this time is very time-sensitive or generally stressful. Usually when you have this sort of intensity on a song, it's something to do with a very time-sensitive, location-sensitive, person-sensitive topic. You want to have that intensity, you make it cinematic, you go for all these like low brass supporting everything else. You get all these violins on the top kind of clashing with that bass and brass. Things aren't really settling well, but it's still beautiful. It's still within the chords, so it's not like it sounds bad. But also it does add the tension that you need to be able to create that cinematic sound. Cinematic music is almost always some degree of tension. It has that kind of baked into what it is as a genre. But then you have this borderline mournful sort of melody going on there, and it sounds like there is pain there. It's not just stress. It's pain, it's sorrow, it's grief, might be a better word there, but maybe not like straight up death grief. It's definitely like a we will never see each other again, but at least we know we're okay for now, and we can kind of hold on to that, cling to that hope that the other person will be okay. So my final guess on this, as far as the personality thing goes, is that Wardless is a person. This person on screen isn't them, it's somebody else, and that's the POV we're hearing right now, and they're being either metaphorically or literally ripped away from Wardless, and they've seen each other as kind of each other's backbone to some degree. I don't know if Wardless in this case would be like a master or some sort of master-student situation, or if they're just like brother-sister vibes going on, like they care a lot about each other, but either way, I'm feeling like Wardless is being ripped away from whoever this is, and that's kind of the relationship we're getting and the pain that we're feeling here. But of course, it's always a little bit difficult to figure out exactly what's going on. I don't know if this character on screen even has anything to do with the direct relationship there, or if Wardless is even relevant or a person to begin with. I don't know how that works, but it feels right. Something is like telling me in my soul that that's right, but I tend to trust my gut because it tends to be at least pretty accurate. Never perfect, I would say, but I have decent enough media literacy to really understand just from minor details how the story is going to go, how characters are. I'm a decent judge of character, that sort of thing. So I think that a lot of this plays into the same pool of just me getting lucky, really, but I think I'm also correct on this one. I want to trust my gut, and hopefully I'm in the ballpark there, and maybe the details from those comments helped me get a little bit more accurate on that front, or it was completely nothing. I was just chasing my tail, and I am completely wrong. But either way, that's all I've got to say on this one, so let me know if I am right or wrong in the comments below, as always, and if you have anything else you want me to get to from NIKKE, of course, leave it in the comments below, and I will do my best to get to those, as always. And otherwise, if you enjoyed this video and you want to follow me and support me for more stuff in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!